All right, so I have just seen Barbie and I really liked it, with a few caveats, but we'll get to that. So, the stuff that I liked, I think it's really funny. I laughed numerous times during this movie. It is very much a laugh out loud funny comedy. Especially Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling really got a lot of laughs out of me. They're mainly through their physical comedy, actually. They really do a good job of acting like these dolls, Barbie and Ken, and a lot of the comedy does come from that. There's also a lot of funny meta comedy going on here, which always gets a good chuckle out of me, where they talk about some of the weirder sides of Barbie. They get lots of good chuckles from me there. And there's also a significant amount of dark humor in this movie, too, like existential crisis type stuff that really got good laughs out of me. But that existential stuff, they also lean into the dramatic side of that stuff, too, which I also thought was a really interesting way to take a Barbie movie, and I appreciated it, where it's not treating the audience like a bunch of idiots. They know that this movie is going to be watched by mainly 13-year-olds and up. So they're going to talk about that type of stuff. So I really appreciated that as well. Also, the set design in Barbie Land was really well done. They made a really good job of making it really appealing to the eye, making it feel like an actual plastic perfection doll world that they got going on there. And it was really entertaining just to see the ridiculous nature of these big, huge doll houses and cars and stuff like that, huge, and seeing people interact with them like you would think someone playing with a Barbie doll's imagination would. So that was really good for me as well. And again, like I mentioned, the performances were all great, especially Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. The direction is really good. The comedy's funny. As far as negatives go, the only really bad thing I have to say about this movie is I do think it's a little too preachy for its own good. Not that I disagree with what it's trying to say, because I don't, but I think it gets a little too, it focuses on the message a little too much and forgets to add character development for certain characters. Specifically, there's the mother character and the daughter character. Near the end of the movie, they're just kind of there to like deliver the message. And there's not really much character or personality traits to them. I don't really know them as people. They're just kind of there to be the mouthpiece for the message of the movie. And even Barbie herself, who there is something to be said that Barbie, the toy, is whatever you want her to be. And that's kind of like what's going on here for the character. So it makes sense for the Barbie character. But for the humans, there's not much going on there. It felt to me like they just existed to kind of serve the plot and the message, and the writers weren't really too concerned with giving them personalities because they really wanted to get this message across, which is, a good message to have, but they kind of sacrifice character a little bit there. And that's also true of the Ken character, who is really funny and really entertaining, but again, it's a lot of, okay, the message gets a little heavy-handed at the end, and we can all kind of see it coming, and we get it, and it's a good message, but it's not super revolutionary. We've seen this message before of, it's hard being a woman, and it's okay to, not be perfect. That's not a super revolutionary thing to say in a movie. And a lot of people are going to act like this movie is the first movie to ever do that, but I don't believe it is. I've seen it before in other stuff. Not that it's a bad message, but it's not super revolutionary. And so the movie spends a lot of time on it like it is something we've never heard before. But that's just a small minor thing. On the whole, I do like this movie a lot. I think it's very entertaining. It's definitely a movie for girls made with everybody in mind. So it's entertaining for everybody. You can definitely bring the family to this and have a good time with it. But it is definitely leaning towards the girl demographic, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There can be movies for girls too. But yeah, so go see it for yourself and make up your own mind.